What's up guys, welcome back to Swamp Boys Garage channel. Before this video gets started, we want to thank Mr. Randy from Auto Auction Rebuild YouTube channel. He had some very kind words to say, and we want to thank him so much because he gave us a nice shout out.
Yeah, Randy's a high level, top tier, whatever you want to call it, YouTuber, and just seems like a really good, genuine person. And I don't know, Father-Son Project gained almost 2,000 subscribers this week from his shout out. And we've been watching this channel a long time, and to get noticed and mentioned by like a YouTube idol to us was a dream come true. And we can't thank him enough.
So thank you again, Mr. Randy. Maybe over the summer, me and your son can do like a Battle of the Builds competition or something. I think that would be really fun.
Easy now, you still got a lot to learn. Alright, guys, I'm not sure what all is in store for this video or what to expect, but I promise it's one that you're not going to want to miss.
So without further ado, let's get this video started.
What is up, guys? Finally got the car loaded up. Went and rented a dolly from U-Haul. I know you're not supposed to put a rear-wheel drive car on a dolly, but I'm only going about 5 miles, and I'm only going to go about 45 miles an hour, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. Because the issue, they say, is the transmission's still spinning, but you don't have the oil coating all the parts in the transmission, and it's best to put a rear-wheel drive on a flat trailer. But the issue I have is I don't have any steering, and there's no way I could have got the car lined up straight on a flatbed trailer. I think the little car dolly is going to be fine since it's only 5 miles. Just to give you an update, yesterday, I went to the place that I wanted to go take the car to the frame shop. It's not a typical collision center place. It's more of a old car restoration, and the guy has a frame machine. But I went there, and he's 3 weeks backed up, and I didn't want to wait 3 weeks. Then he gave me this long story how he's going through a terrible divorce. The wife destroyed the business, and he's having to rename it, lost all his employees, and I was like, oh, I don't want to get involved in this stuff. So then I rode to my second favorite collision center and went and talked to the guy, and he seemed like it's going to be no problem. I explained it to him, and he told me bring the car by today, and they should be able to jump right on it. So I'm bringing the car there now, and we'll see what he says. I just hope he don't say we got to notch out the frame rail, get a new frame put in, something like that. I hope it's just tug on it, because it only has to come maybe an inch or so, and so we'll see. And my little helper, he's in school today, so he's going to be mad that I'm doing it. He wanted me to check him out, but I said I can't do that. So we won't have the car. Hopefully I'll get to leave the car. Then we won't have it. I I don't know how long it takes. He says they'll get right on it, but you know that means probably a week away. So as far as this video, we're gonna have to find some other content. The truck, I called about it, and it should ship out probably today from Pennsylvania. So I don't know how long that's gonna take. They don't really give you updates. So that'll probably, I would say a week or two, I'll get that. Then we can get started on the truck. And, so I guess the rest of this video, I'll give you an update what the guy says after I get to the frame shop. So I'll get back with you in a few minutes. Alright guys, sorry I didn't get back to you after meeting with the frame shop, but I needed to think about what they said, discuss it with Tyler, and just think about all our options. I met with a couple different businesses and they all gave me the same news. No one would just pull the frame since it's buckled. They all said it will need a new frame rail. The cost to get a new frame rail is anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, and they can't even order all the parts they need. I would have to get some of it at a salvage yard. Now we have to decide what to do. Do we bring the car back to auction as is, sell it and try to recoup some of our money? Do we strip the car down and sell it for parts? The news definitely sucks, but sometimes you have to decide in life, do you dig in and fight or do you punt? Obviously we can't afford the $2,000 to $4,000. We would just be so far over budget for the build. And I'm not sure if changing the frame rail is in our skill level, but we're not scared to try it. Comment below what you think, what you want to see or what you think we should do. If you say cut the frame out and weld a new one in, then we'll give it a shot. I can get a used frame rail for about $200. If you think we should just sell it or part it out, let us know in the comments. I think for today's video, we're just going to keep working towards Tyler getting that burnout I promised him. I fired up my old oxyacetylene tank for the first time in years, and the oxygen gauge was bad. So we changed that out, bought a rosebud, and I think we should heat up the frame rail and just try to pull it out ourselves for the fun of it, just to see if we can move it that inch so we can connect the steering and take it for a ride. If we can't bend it, then we might just cut a notch out of the frame, but we're determined to drive it down the road. Let's give it a shot, because you can't break something that's already broke.
Alright guys, so let's get the car pulled out in a good spot.
Yeah, we're going to try to use my truck over there. After we heat up the frame, we're going to connect it with a chain and try to pull it out that way.
So let's unconnect the battery charger and let's get started.
Alright guys, so we got the car out. Let me try to explain what we're going to be doing. We obviously don't have a way to bolt the frame down like they do at a frame shop when they pull on it. So we're going to have all the three wheels on the ground I got this dolly, it's a wheel dolly. I'm gonna put that under this wheel so this section will move a little better. And we're gonna heat this up with the torch, Rosebud. Get this hot, have a chain right here, and pull it out this way with the truck. And this is why they won't do it at the frame shop. See how this is buckled in? It got hit on a tire, this, and the force went to this and pushed it in and buckled that. And come look at the steering column so you can understand our problem. I'm gonna use my light too. See down here, the frame rail is hitting the steering column and it won't let it connect to the rack and pinion. So that's why we can't steer. So our goal is to heat it up, pull it out just good enough so we can drive it down the road. Let's give it a shot. You think it's gonna work?
I sure hope so.
Let's try it. Don't get your hand under it. Don't get any part of your body under it. See if it'll slide. Don't get your hand under it. Is the wheel turned all the way?
Yeah. I think that's good.
All right, let's try to get the chain wrapped around the frame. I think this is the best spot. All right, we're gonna put the truck right here. That way we keep the back tires on the concrete because the yard's wet, been raining. And we're gonna heat it up and put a little pressure on it. helps a lot. So got to get it just right.
What's up, guys? It's the next day. We had a crawfish boil to go to, and we're back at it today. We want to try to get the car on the roads, so let's try to get the steering back on and get to work.
Alright, I think we got the frame moved out far enough from heating it up and yanking on it with the truck that it's gonna work. So this is what we did. We basically just heated it up and hooked the chain right here and just kept tugging, and I left pressure on it as I was heating it, and we only needed it to move about that much to get the bolt in. So let's jack it up, take the tire off, and then try to put the bolt back in the steering.
Let's do it.
All right. Alright, lower the jack all the way, that way I can tighten the tire down. There you go. Alright, I think it's ready to go. We're just going to check over some fluids. The steering went back in pretty good. It's just good enough for the steering. It's not good enough to get as far as lining up the fenders, and the hood is still way off. So we're going to check the fluids. We had the radiator top hose disconnected, so all that's got air in it. So hopefully, I don't know if I can leave the radiator cap a little loose and that'll get some of the air out, but let's check the oils and the power steering fluid because we had all that off too. Check the brake. Brake is full. This is low. We need more of that. Check the oil. perfect. And this is good. I just hope it don't overheat on us while we're driving. I might leave it a little loose. So let's get some more fluid for power steering. Hopefully the battery will be good enough. And we'll take it, well, we got to clean this windshield too. It's been sitting outside and the pollen's terrible. We filled this up once, but since we've been running it, it's went down to the rack and pinion. So hopefully this is enough. Might put it up to the hot level since it still has some more to go down in there. Yeah, that's good. Might bring it with us. Alright, you do the windshield. That should be good.
Alright, we got everything that needs to be done before we start driving. We got the windshield half clean, at least where we can see. So let's get in and go for a little drive around.
Alright, you can drive first.
Alright.
When you crank it up though, turn the key a little bit, let the fuel pump pressurize the system, and then crank it. Don't just turn the key all the way.
Okay.
Alright, we're ready to go. Crank it up, see what happens. Hopefully the battery's good. Okay, it's good now. Uh-oh. What happened? All right, try it again. It's got some old gas in it. Give it a little gas first. All right, put it in gear. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we traded spots just to see if I can figure out what's going on. It idles great. We got good oil pressure. Temperature's holding steady. Voltage is 14. We got about almost half a tank of fuel. But the problem is whenever we put it in gear to go, it goes for about 3 seconds and dies. So I think the issue, it may be in limp mode since the airbags are blown. And that's probably why it's dying. I'll have to do some research and see if Corvettes this year has a limp mode. I'm not sure if they do. But it has to be something like that because it's idling perfect and everything else is good. So I don't think we're going to get to go for a road drive today. But steering's working great. Power steering's fine. It's just the limp mode that's holding us out. So we may have to hook the computer up to it and diagnose it. So let's try to get it back in the garage and go from there. See if it's gonna die on this. I'm gonna keep it real low. See, it died. Alright, I have this blue driver. Been having this a long time, and it uses Bluetooth to go to your phone. We got a ton of codes, a lot of them obvious, like front fog lights, which we don't even have that connected. I cleared that. I cleared the airbags. ABS module, which we had that disconnected, so I cleared all that. So right now I don't have any codes. So yeah, everything is cleared. But I'm pretty sure as soon as we crank it up and get running, that it's going to re-pick up the the airbag has been deployed, and it's probably going to put it back in limp mode if there's such a thing with this car. But we're going to try it again. So I'm going to do one more clear, and we're going to try to run it again. But it idles good. It's just whenever you put it in gear to go and the RPMs go up a little bit, it kills the engine, which to me, that's limp mode. So if we can clear it and it takes a little bit to come back on, we'll just keep clearing it as long as we get to drive it.
How much longer?
It doesn't say, but it's finished scanning. It said it cleared all. Now it's just clearing some other stuff. But this is a cheap little code scanner, so I don't know. I saw on Sam Crack's video, he found a Chinese version that you can hook up to your laptop, and it does basically everything that the dealership can do. It's only, I think he said 29 bucks or something. So if this doesn't work, we could probably order that little piece, hook it to our laptop, get in and see what all we need to clear out. But we may just need to take out the airbag module, take that off, and it might clear it then, and then we can get it out of limp mode. But let's see if this works first. Shouldn't be but a few more minutes. I gotta stay close because it's plugged in right here. Alright, all the codes are cleared. We got a little squeak going on with one of the pulleys, but that's not a big deal. So we're gonna give it a shot, see if that can get us on the road. So close the hood on your way around, let's give it a shot.
I sure hope so.
Let's see.
Oh.
It didn't. I just don't understand. Something electrical's holding it out. And it's, everything cleared. I guess we can see what came back up on the scanner, and that might be it. Let's get it back in. Alright, we cleared the codes, cranked the car up, drove it. You saw how it dies right immediately once you build RPMs. Brought it back in, took 2 or 3 cranks to get it back in. I ran the codes again, and this is all I'm getting is the airbag codes. So it has to be keeping us from building RPMs. I don't guess we're gonna get to do our little ride today. It's always something in mechanic work to keep you from doing what you need to do. But this little Bluetooth driver works good. It's probably 5-6 years old. If you know anything about the airbags, and if we can just take the control module out and then maybe clear the codes with the module out, and if that'll help us get going, or do we need a complete reset module, new airbags and all that first? So comment below if you know. We're going to do our research and try to figure it out. That's going to be it for today's video. I know it's probably running long and it was choppy because it's 3 or 4 different days all spliced together, but we did the best we could with this one. So I hope you liked it. Please continue to give us some good comments. We really enjoy reading all the comments. And we will see you next time.